Okay, so did anything happen this week? Any let me put my phone on do not disturb. So who was at our last webinar where we talked about what did we talk about last webinar? Who was in attendance? Okay, so I'm just going to see what I can if I can share my screen so we can start. Okay. Share. Where is the share? Okay, so can you oh am I mute?
Can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, okay. So can you see my screen, please?
Yes, career makeover with YT from doing to being.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. So we welcome to today's episode of Career Makeover with YT. I'm excited for today. I'm excited for the topic today. We're just going to go ahead and start. Whoever joins us on the way will follow as we go, so that we can end at 8 p.m. Okay, so today's session is dedicated to us. If we've ever felt like no matter how much you do, like if you've ever felt like no matter how much you do, uh, what's going on? Like no matter how much you do, you're still stuck at the same level. This session is for you. It's for you. So today we are going to explore why success isn't just about what you do, isn't about working more or working harder. It's about transforming who you are. So, who is ready for today? Who is ready for the session today?
We're ready.
Thank you. So, we're just going to dive into what we have today. Let me, okay. So, can you see my screen, please? So, if you can see my screen, just drop a comment or your favorite emoji so that I don't feel like I am alone.
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you. Okay. So we're going to start with the doing versus being paradigm, because we are in a world where everybody's talking about activity, what you should do or what you shouldn't do. Many professionals think that the key to success is just about doing more, taking more courses, networking, applying to jobs, and just doing more. But the real game changer is becoming, is becoming who you are, becoming who you want to be, becoming who you have in that mind, in your mind, that person that you want to become. That is what success is about. Who you are determines what you attract. Take a few seconds and let that sink in. Who you are determines what you attract. So, as you can see in this slide, on one side, you see doing is action based, being is identity based. Now, there's a picture of a man climbing a ladder. He seems to be going up. But where is up? What can you see on that picture? Can you see anything? Can you see anything like where he's climbing to? He seems to be climbing, tirelessly. He's going
Yeah.
up. But where is up? That's the question you should ask yourself when you have activities lined up, you have courses that you want to take. Like, where am I going to? Is this taking me to? Do I even know where I'm going? So don't be like that man on the other side, just climbing, like you're going, you're moving, let's be moving. No, don't be like that man on the left. Be like the lady on the right, being his identity based. See her. She's smiling like she has owned who she is. She's confident in herself. She owns her identity. So whatever it is that she's doing is not based on just doing. It's not based on activity. It's not based on just because everybody's doing it. It's based on who she is, who she is becoming. Be like that person. Remember that doing is action based. Doing is action based, but being is identity based. Know who you are, or at least discover yourself, and then begin to take actions based on who you are. Let's move on. Let's dive in. Okay. So the next slide here we have is the law of alignment. Mm. You can see the script of my um the notification, or you can see it on my screen. It says action is on one side, and self-image is on another side. That's like a scale. Your results will never surpass your self-identity. Your results will never surpass your self-identity. You know, just imagine your career like a thermostat. I don't know if we all know what a thermostat is. If your internal self-image, how you see yourself inside, is set at a person at a particular um degree, maybe let's say 22 degrees, no matter how hard you work, no matter what you do, your results will always return to that level. You can't go higher than the thermostats. So what you need to do, you have to raise your internal settings to see lasting change. So let me take, for instance, I will always use someone trying to lose weight, even though I'm not trying to, but if you if you have like a default, someone is laughing. If you have like default, you don't even know. There are some people that do this. They don't know when they eat what they eat. Like they just, I don't know what it's called. They just like fall back. They just eat. It's like second nature now. And you know that eating certain kinds of foods make you gain weight. So no matter how hard you try, no matter the exercise you do, your weight, in the end will fall, will not will not drop lower than what you are taking in unconsciously. You keep taking in the fat, you keep taking in what you don't need to take, and then you are now exercising. Sorry, it won't work, because you have to raise your internal settings to see lasting change. What happens to see lasting change in your total well-being, like your health? You have to change your lifestyle. This is what I mean. You have to align you have to now tell yourself that, look, I have to not live like this. I have to not eat certain things. I have to not do certain things. This way, you are able to sustain the kind of life that you want to live. You are able to sustain the kind of weight that is ideal for you. Don't forget that you have to raise your internal settings. It's not about external. It's not about what you do or how you do it. It's about you on the inside. Raise your bar, raise your standard internally, and then the external forces will now just come in line. Your actions determine your actions are a direct reflection of your self-image. No one is higher than the other, but your actions are a direct reflection of your self-image. That is why your results will never surpass your self-identity. You want to get a new job, you want to become, let's say you're an assistant now, you want to become manager. Are you exhibiting the attributes of that manager that you want to become? When it's time to do a little extra work, what is your first go-to response? Do you just say, I'm not paid for that? Or do you get the job done first? And then maybe later you now think about whether there's supposed to be an extra payment or not. Own your role. Understand that whatever it is you are pursuing, you have to become it before you see it. You have to become who you're pursuing before you now live out who you're pursuing. So it's not about doing, it's not about just doing anything. It's about changing, transforming, and evolving who you are daily. That's what it's about. So, what do you need? Let me move to the next slide. Who do you need to become? Who do you need to become? To achieve something new, you must become somebody new. Think about it for a moment. To achieve something new, you must become somebody new. Who is the version of you that already has what you want? What qualities do they embody? Is it confidence, discipline, strategic thinking? What is it? Understand that success is not about luck. It is about alignment. So if you have seen who if you have seen that version of you, if you have seen that version of you in your mind's eye, success now is not about, being lucky, because you have seen that person in your mind. You have envisioned that person in your mind. So what do? Success is aligning your actions, yourself, to that person that you have seen in your mind, that person that you want to become. Understand that you must become before you achieve. Check out all the people that have ever achieved anything worthwhile, anything great. People that know them closely know that they have been living that persona for some time, even before they achieved that person, and the world is now celebrating. You must become before you achieve. Let that sink in. So it's not just, some people say luck. Oh, luck, yes, yes, luck. Some people are just lucky. What is luck? When opportunity meets preparation, is that luck? Well, that is not luck. That is someone who has prepared, and then an opportunity comes and people will just say, oh, he's so lucky. No, they have been working. They have been aligning themselves to becoming. They have been aligning themselves to becoming before they have achieved. So don't ever join the bandwagon of saying someone is lucky. No, people have been working. There is no overnight success. Yes, some things can happen and it's like, wow, where, how did this happen just all of a sudden? To you, it may be all of a sudden, but to that person, he has been working in the back. There have been sleepless nights, digging, the placing themselves in discomforts, because they have already seen, or they are already becoming, they have become who they want to achieve, or they have become what they want to achieve. So because, like, you have seen these three pictures before you now, they're like futuristic. They're like, maybe in the 2060 or 3030. These are just images. I use these images because they symbolize future. They symbolize your future self. Who do you need to become? Who do you need to become? Ask yourself. It's a deep question. You need to ask yourself, who do you need to become? Because to achieve something new, you must become somebody new. You must become the kind of person that achieves what you want to achieve. If you put new wine in an old wine skin, what happens? For those of us that read the Bible, the wine skin will tear, because it has to be new. It's not ready for that. What happens after roasting, after you have coiled fish and you roast it, and then after roasting it, it's now dry? You now want to straighten it. What happens? It breaks. It breaks. So you don't become at the point of achievement. You will just, that breakthrough will destroy you. There is a process. Becoming is a process, and you have to follow that process. You have to become before you achieve. You understand that to achieve anything new, you have to become somebody new. Now, the next question is, how do you shift from doing to being? If we say it's not about doing, it's not about activities, it's not about taking certifications, it's not about just networking. I'm not saying these things are not important. I'm only saying that that is not the main thing. That is not the main thing. That's what I'm saying. So how do you shift from um, from doing to being? Now, I have displayed to you a roadmap before you. Take a look at. We have 3 steps. that would allow you go from just doing to being. That will allow you go from doing to being. The first step here is define your next level identity. That is, clarify your identity. Understand who it is that you want to be. Visualize it, understand it, like define it. Can you describe that person? If someone is listening, can you describe that person to yourself? Can you describe that person, who you are or who you want to be? That identity, can you describe it? Define it. That is the first thing. Clarity. Clarity is the first thing. That is how you shift from doing to being. Then the second step is reprogram your mindset. When you have understood who it is, when you have understood that identity, when you have taken on that identity, you have seen it, the identity of who you want to become, then you have to reprogram your mindset. What does that entail? It means to rewire your thoughts, your thought process to match that identity. You have seen the person you want to become. You have identified that person. Next thing is to rewire your thoughts to match that identity. That is alignment. That is aligning yourself with that identity. Then the final step in this roadmap to shifting from doing to being is that you should act from your future self. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does acting from your future self mean? Acting from your future self means I want to be promoted. You have decided that I want to be promoted from an assistant to a manager, or from a deputy to a manager. What what are the things that a manager does? What do they do? What does a manager do? What have you seen a manager do? So you need to act from that future self. You need to start acting right now like you are the manager. You need to start seeing yourself like the manager and start acting like one. That is what acting from your future self means. That allows you to shift from just doing to being, because you don't just see what you do as just an activity. You see it as who you are. There was a time I posted something on LinkedIn, and I said one of the points I said was like owning your role, becoming the CEO of your role. You are whatever it is. You are a cleaner. If you are a cleaner, you are the chief executive officer of that position. So own it. Do it like nobody else will. Do it like nobody else will. Because the truth is that before you see any external proof, before you start getting validation from outside, from people, you yourself have to have embodied that person or that role that you want to become. You have to have embodied it. You have to understand what it takes to become this person and start doing those things that you have already started showing up as a manager. That is why, have you realized that sometimes when you are trying to get something and then you achieve it, it's like nothing? Why is that? Why do you think that is? Sometimes when you've been planning, you've been preparing for a certain achievement or a certain thing, and then you are finally achieve it and it's like nothing. At that point, that is not when you achieved it. That's the time everybody has seen that you achieved it. But the time you actually achieved it was when you started becoming who that person is, when you started doing. Like you didn't know when that shift, you just started showing up as that person. And so when that thing came physically, it didn't mean much to you because you were already there before that point. So that is how you shift from doing to being. Act from the identity, act from your future self. Clarify your identity or your next level identity, not just who you are, who people see you as today. How do you want people to see you tomorrow? Clarify it, identify it, and then start reprogramming your mindset. Rewire your thoughts to match that identity. And then the last step there is to act from that future self. That identity that you have created, that persona that you have created, act from that future self. And then you will now begin to see external proof. People will start telling you that, there's something about you. There's something about you. Something has changed. You will start seeing, such compliments from people. You will start hearing things, but it starts with you. You have to first believe in yourself. You have to first see yourself as who you want to be before people will start seeing you as that person. Before people will start seeing you as that person. So, um, the next thing there is to an activity that I think will help: identity journaling. The question before you is, if you have a pen or you're on your phone or anything, just write down, who do I need to become to achieve my goals? You have goals, definitely. You have set goals, definitely. So are you saying, who do I need to become, to achieve that goal? Take a moment to write down that word, just one word that describes the person you need to become. Look for a word, think, what is that word that describes who you need to become to reach your next level? Just write one word down. Now describe how that person thinks, acts, and makes decisions. You have written one word that describes who you want to become. Now, describe how that person thinks. You are creating a persona that you want to be in. How that person acts. Did they just get angry? Are they always late? Do they just, talk to people anyhow? Are they rude? How do they act? Describe it. And then, how do they make decisions? Describe it. Then ask yourself, what is one belief you need to let go of to step into this new identity? You have created that person in your mind. You have written down who that person is. You have written down how they act. You have written down how they take decisions. You have written down how they talk. So what is that one belief? At one point in one of our sessions, we talked about limiting beliefs and empowering beliefs. So the one belief that you need to let go, this will be a limiting belief that would let go of to step into this new identity that you have created. If you have done all these things I have asked you to do, that is your transformation blueprint. That this exercise I have asked us to do now, if you do it sincerely, you will see results in as little as 24 hours. I call it your transformation blueprint. So if in the comments, please just type, what is that one thing that describes, that one word that describes who that person is, that describes your next level identity. Let me see anybody in the chat. What is that one word that describes your next level identity? Put it in the chat. Let us see. Let us see. If you are following me, tell me one word that describes your next level identity. One word that describes your next level identity. For me, let me start. For me, it's confidence. Confidence. It's one word. Yes, I see powerful. Thank you. Powerful. That is powerful. Any other person willing to, just tell us one word that describes that next level identity you're looking to achieve? That person you want to become. What is that one word? One word that you can say, this is it. We have people on this call. Julie, what is that one word? Hope. Proactive. Hope. Thank you. Proactive. Yes. Proactive is that one word that describes who you want to become. I love that. I love that. Proactive. So now we have confidence. I said confidence. We have powerful. We have proactive. Purposeful. Aviva. Thank you. Julie, consistent. Thank you. So you are saying it. You're seeing it. That one word that describes your future self or your next level identity. Consistent. Thank you, Julie. So next thing I want you to do now is to describe how that person. Now, Hope, you said proactive. How does a proactive person think, act, and make decisions? How does a proactive person think? How do they act? And how do they make decisions? You said, Aviva said purposeful. How does a purposeful person think? How do they act? And how do they make decisions? Julie said consistent. How does a consistent person think? How does a consistent person act? And how do they make decisions? Ebiseri said powerful. How does a powerful person think? How do they act? And how do they make decisions? Write them down. Write those things down. Write them down. How do they think, act, and make decisions? How do they think, act, and make decisions? Think about it. How do they think? How do they act? How do they make decisions? Now, a confident person, how does a confident person think? A confident person thinks that I have it, I can do it. For me, how do they act? A confident person is not shy. A confident person don't just slouch and bow their heads like this. They are bold. A confident person is bold. How do they make decisions? A confident person will not decide not to do anything because they are afraid. A confident person doesn't take decision based on fear. So I have listed out how a confident person thinks, how they act, and how they make decisions. They don't make decisions based on fear. So what's the next thing? I hope you have written down those things. So now the next thing is to identify one belief you need to let go to step into this new identity. So let me ask myself, what is that one belief I need to let go to step into my confident self? What is that one belief that you need to let go to step into your proactive self? Now, for me, the one belief I need to let go is that I am not good enough. It's gone. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. I'm good enough. I am good enough. Now, if you have carried out these 4 steps, I want to see 2 beliefs that you need to let go to become purposeful, to become powerful, to become proactive, to become confident. Let me see in the comments, please. 2 beliefs in the comment, just one. You can list that one, just one belief you need to let go. Hope, what do you need to let go? What belief? What do you think? What is that limiting belief you have now that you need to let go to become your proactive persona, to enter or to live out that proactive person that you have created? I'm waiting. What is that one belief that you need to let go? to become that person? Who is there? Let go of self-doubt and procrastination. Thank you. So Aviva, to become purposeful, the you have given me two things. It's fine. Let go of self-doubt and procrastination. Thank you. Thank you. Let go of self-doubt and procrastination. Hope said, I need more knowledge than I have. Yes, that is that limit. Thank you. That limiting belief that you need to let go of. Very true. To become proactive. Exactly. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. So you have carried out this task to this point. Okay, Ebiseri said to become powerful, I let go of feeling small and inadequate. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. They all said fear of the unknown. Good. You have given us, you said fear of the unknown. So we said something before. I asked a question. I said, what is that one word that describes the identity? Step out in faith. Thank you. So before we go there, say, what's that one word that describes the identity of the person? That your next level identity. What is that one word that describes it? So this activity, this question now is now in response to that word. So to become that person, that what is that limiting belief that you need to let go of? And yes, you have identified fear of the unknown. Step out in faith. Step out in faith is not a limiting belief. It's not what you need to let go of. It's what you need to do. So thank you. Thank you guys so much for your contribution. Yeah, so I see that we are getting it. So these things that we have done now, that is your transformation blueprint. Yeah, Julie said to be consistent, I let go of procrastination and over familiarity of important facts. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Don't think that because you are because you do it every day, I know it all. No, no. Thank you for that. So you need to, so these steps that we have listed out, these activities that I've asked us to do, is your transformation blueprint. If you do this regularly and consistently, you will see change because you are now becoming, you are identifying who you need to be, identifying the kind of life that you need to be, the kind of lifestyle you need to embody to become that, to attain that next level identity. So the next thing we are going to talk about, we have, yeah, those said I have to identify opportunities when they show up. Great. Yes. Yes. Know how to do these things. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, we have talked about, we mentioned, letting go of limiting beliefs. We are also going to talk about the power of self-talk. I'm not the only one that does that. I talk to myself a lot. So what do you tell yourself? Okay, let me move on. The power of self-talk. The power of self-talk. There is power in the things you say to yourself. Now, if you look at the slide before you, are you seeing my slides, please? Can you hear me?
No, I don't think.
Okay, you're not seeing it.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yeah, but I don't see
Oh,
any
I'm so
slide.
sorry
I
about that. Let me share because I need you to see. I don't know what happened. Let me share it because I need you to see what's on the screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
yes,
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, the power of self-talk. I said we are talking about the power of self-talk. There is power in what you say to yourself. So from today, I need you to speak as if you already are the person you are becoming. Don't see yourself as who you are right now. See yourself as who you're becoming and speak to yourself like you already are that person. Speak to yourself like you already are that person. Speak to yourself like you already are that person. Words shape identity. Words shape identity. So instead of saying, I want to be confident, say, I am becoming confident. I am a confident leader. Because science has proven that your brain actually believes what you repeatedly tell it. Your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it. So make your words work for you. You see what you are, look at what you are seeing on the screen. Somebody saying, I am patient. The next person said, I'm busy, I'm lazy. The other person said, I'm bold. The other person said, I am irresponsible. What do you think happens when you keep telling yourself that I'm irresponsible? What happens to you? You become irresponsible. That is the truth. Because your brain will only be giving you those irresponsible ideas. Tell yourself, words identify your identity, they shape your identity. Speak to yourself. Speak who you want to become. So for the next 24 hours, I want you to replace all those limiting self-belief, self-talk. Sometimes you say, says I just mumusha. How? Where did that come from? Are you a mumu? Why would you tell yourself that? Yes, you made mistake. You made a mistake. Yes, but you're not a fool. You're not stupid. So don't tell yourself those kinds of things. Don't tell yourself that, I just stupid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Understand why my brain is just so dull. I mean, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Don't give your brain an excuse to not perform. No, don't do that to yourself. So for the next 24 hours, you need to replace any limiting self-talk with an empowering statement. As we are speaking, identify what is that thing that you are doing, that thing you're saying to yourself that is limiting, that is bringing you down. You will see how this will shift your mindset just by telling yourself, speaking only positively to yourself. Speak to yourself like you already are that person that you want to become. That person that you're becoming, speak to yourself that way. Tell yourself that I am confident, I am rich, I am wealthy, I'm a great mother, I'm a I'm a patient person, I am a reliable friend. Speak those things to yourself. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Those are the things you should tell yourself every day when you're speaking. If you now in your mind you're now hearing I'm stupid, open your mouth and say I am not stupid. If because your mind is saying that because of what you have been telling yourself over the years. So if you have such limiting beliefs in thoughts in your mind, the way to counter them is to speak positively. When your mind is telling you one thing, speak the right thing out. And then over time, you will see that your mind will now register with what your mouth is saying. That is how it is. So there is power in how you speak to yourself. There is power in how you speak to yourself. Don't let your mouth become your undoing. Don't allow your mouth take you to where you don't know. Don't allow your mouth carry you to where you don't know. Let it take you to where you want to go to. So the next thing we are going to talk about is visualization. We have mentioned it before. We have mentioned it before. Just close your eyes for a few seconds. Visualize yourself achieving your dreams. Hey, this thing is powerful. Oh. You need to learn how to do these things. Visualize yourself. See yourself there. See yourself achieving your dreams. See yourself becoming who? See yourself becoming the CEO. See yourself becoming that person that that person, whoever it is, owning your company. See yourself becoming that person. Visualize it in your mind's eye. Visualize it in your mind's eye, and you're there. You're there. The next thing is overcoming resistance, because the more you visualize these things, the more you are facing resistance. You can see that growth is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Growth is very uncomfortable, but it is necessary. That uncomfort, that discomfort is necessary. Trying to become who you are not now is like breaking through a wall. That can be easy. It can't be just walking past. It can't be like just going through past without any obstacles. No, it can't be easy. So get it in your mindset that this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be a comfortable process. It's going to take. I'm going to have to be resilient. I'm going to have to be patient. I'm going to have to be bold and consistent. And you have to understand that you need to push to get there. Becoming someone new, it can be scary. Like, yes, your brain actually loves the familiar. Your brain actually loves to be comfortable. But discomfort is a sign of growth. Whenever I always say it, whenever you are getting that discomfort, know that you are growing. See, growth and comfort, they will never coexist. You can never be comfortable with growth. No matter how much you have achieved, if you are going to move up again, you must experience discomfort. So get it in your mind. Let it be in your mind that growth and comfort, they will never be together in the same room. Lean into it. Understand that is how it is, and become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Become comfortable with being uncomfortable. So the final takeaways today would be identity, understanding that identity comes before action. Identity comes before action. We have identified that. We have talked about it, that identity comes before action. Because understand that success isn't about doing more, it is about becoming more. You see, your self-image is your ceiling. That is your self-image, how you see yourself. You can never become more than that. You can never become more than how you see yourself. You can never become more than how you see yourself. So become that person before you achieve. Shift your identity and your results will follow. Shift your identity and your results will follow. So my question to you today is, what is one action that you will take today to step into your next level? Don't tell me, write it down. That action that you will take today to step into your next level. Joe is raising his hand. Yes, you can speak. You can unmute and speak, please.
Okay, please tell me if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. So that thing, I mean, I've
I
heard
can
it.
hear you. I can hear you.
So great. I've seen it, I've heard it in places. But then, I mean, both from, because I'm sorry, I used to refer to the Bible a lot, and I used to refer to other people a lot. I've seen people when they achieve a lot, you understand, they break records and all that, and they will come to
Yes.
the stage or come to wherever they are receiving their award or whatever and say, I never saw this happening, I was this, I was that, I wasn't even open to, I mean, I never had an opportunity to become something, but here I am today, see where I am. I've heard it from a lot of billionaires saying, "Oh, when I started the business, I didn't even think like it could grow, but see where it is today." So now, when I
Okay.
hear people say this thing that, oh, you cannot become more than what you see. I mean, can you
Yeah.
help me to balance the two? Because if those people didn't see themselves as big
Okay.
people then, or
Now,
as world leaders then,
look at these people that say, yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I get that. Yes, yes. So what I'm saying is, now you have a vision of who you want to become, right? And you do certain things, you change your lifestyle to align with that growth, to align with to align with changing, lifting yourself from the level you are to the next level. Now, understand that when you change who you are, when you do the things or when you become a different person, the the limit eh, is endless. Now, I wrote a book. I'm going to explain something to you. I wrote a book, the Brand Employee Playbook. I knew the power of the book. If you say, yeah, you will speak. I knew the power of the book, but I didn't really grasp that, okay, people would get it as much as I did. Someone bought the book and then paid again 3 times over because of the value that person got. I never saw that coming. I never saw that coming. So these are the things that people like that will say. Because when you are changing, when you are evolving, you don't know what you can achieve. That's the truth. Yes, you have seen yourself that you want to be there. You have seen the kind of life that you want to live. But do you know that actually living that life is different? Is different. So you will say that, look, they told me, oh, but I never believed that this is how it is. I never believed that. So in that instance, because the truth is, like in terms of grace, now God multiplies your efforts. Whatever it is, whatever seed you sow, when you are sowing 3 seeds of orange in the ground, let me use that analogy. Can you predict? But you know that you will reap, a tree will grow, but you can't tell how many fruits will grow out of that tree. You can't tell. But you know that a tree will grow, but you cannot tell how many fruits will grow. That is what it is. That is how life is. When you are sowing today, you know that you will reap. You know that when I plant yam today, I will reap a harvest. But you can't tell specifically how many, the number of, the fruits that you will reap. You can't say. That is it. That is what that is. So when it multiplies, you will be surprised, even though you know that you planted it, but it will be surprising to you. ABC, you can say what you want to say because we are actually running out of time.
Yes, and it's like what Idowu said, it's always something that comes to mind. But then, as I begin to be more intentional about my growth and my purpose, fulfilling purpose journey, I realized that yes, so there are things I can say I never saw coming, but I never place a cap on my expectation.
Thank you.
So whether I can fathom it or I busy fathom, I just know that, you know what, I don't know how it will be sharp, but I know that it will be great. And so nothing, so even if it surprises me on one hand, on the other hand, it really doesn't surprise me. And no matter what I achieve, it will not surprise me because there's no cap. Like you said, there's no limit.
There's no
I don't know what.
limit.
Sometimes we dream and then we tell ourselves, ah, could this be? But sometimes we're, strong enough to say, you know what, whatever, wherever God takes me. So that's just what I want to say. That there's no cap to how
Thank
far
you.
you can go. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. So that is it. I don't know if we are able to provide some clarity to you, Idowu. Are you still there?
yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes,
So
I
there.
am. Thanks for the clarity.
Okay. Yes.
I
Yes. We can hear
appreciate
you.
that.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
appreciate the seed example
Thank you.
because the seed example made it much clearer. Because, like you said, when you sow
Oh,
the seed, you know it will grow and it will become a tree. Like if you plant yam, you can't say this is what size it will come out, but you know that yam will
thank
come out.
you.
So that's it.
Exactly.
And that's a very, very fantastic. That's
Exactly.
very
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Expecting yam.
Exactly.
Size can now be on. cannot be limitless for you, and you know that yam will come out. You have a
That's
belief
it.
that yam will come
That is it. Good. That is it. That's just what I want you guys to know, that what you're doing today, there's always a multiplying effect on it. So if you are doing nothing, nothing will be multiplied to you. Understand that nothing will be multiplied to you. So this is where I'm just going to draw the curtain, and just allow us think and really look inwards, and then tell yourself what it is that you need to do to become what you want to become, how you need to begin to speak from now on. you know so I mentioned a book that I have that it will help. I was giving a testimony. I said somebody bought that book when it was the pre-launch price. So I'm just going to maybe post the link here. And so if you are interested, you can buy. You can also join our free community, and where we share resources and everything. If you have any questions, I'm sorry we can't really take much questions and all, but I hope that you gained value from this session. I hope that it was well worth your time, because even as I'm speaking, I'm also speaking to myself, and I know that it was really well worth my time. I've learned a lot from this session, and I hope that you have too. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Aviva. Thank you, Ebiseri. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, even though I didn't hear your voice today, but thank you. Thank you, Med Vance. I really would like to know who Med Vance is. Thank you so much for joining. I saw Eliaza joined, and a couple of other people that joined in, and maybe network has thrown them out. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You will receive a link to to fill out a post-webinar survey, just for us to understand what exactly you need and how you're seeing the webinar so far. This is the 6th episode of the Career Makeover with YT session, and we hope that we have been able to provide value. That is our aim. So you are going to get, each of you you're going to get a link to fill that survey. Please and please fill it and let us know if we are doing something wrong or we are doing something right. Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you all for joining. Okay, Ido. Thank you.
out. No, I knew I wanted to clap. Anyway, I also wanted to apologize
Okay,
for. Yeah, I also wanted to
no
apologize for
problem.
because
No,
and I thank you for going back to explain what has happened before. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much
yes,
for always
yes.
having us
Thank you.
and the
Thank
drive
you.
to at least help us to grow in our careers. We are really loving it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys, and bye bye. Have a beautiful night rest. Thank you. Bye, guys.